everyone, it's Vicky here from A+ Teaching Resources and the A+ Teacher Club. I just wanted to share with you today a little resource I'm still working on. It's not quite finished, but it's for helping kids with skip counting. Now, skip counting is one of those things that drives me insane because kids can say the skip count and you'll hear them, but when you ask them to count quantities using a skip counting strategy, they struggle. So at this time of year, I like to put in my centres some practice centres so that the kids can practice what they've already learned in the year rather than just throwing new things at them. And if you throw too many new things at them, the centres fall to pieces. So I always have a couple of my math centres on revision work. So this little skip counting kit is to help with that. So what I've done is it's got a few components. We've got a little header or a banner that you can use with what you're skip counting by, 5s, 10s and 2s I think I've done so far. Or you can put this on like your bulletin board as a border. It comes with in strips like this, so you could put all the numbers all the way around too, so you've got a nice little border. Or you could use them as little match-up cards to make a little number line with for the kids. So what I've done with them is I've got the skip counting numbers here, the 5, 10s and 15s. Let's put them in the right order. But what I've also done is to show the kids what comes before we say the number 5, that there are some numbers there, that we're just missing them out and we're using it to help us count a quantity more efficiently. So you'll see all the other numbers on here too, and that there's 5 crayons. So when I'm saying 5 and I'm saying 10, I've actually got a quantity of 10 there. So that's one little thing you could do with these little cards. 2 things, sorry. You could use them as little cards, or you could do them as a little border for your display boards. It's also got a little what comes next card. The other thing that's in the pack are these little write and wipe activity sets, so the kids can practice filling in the missing numbers with the skip counting sequence. So they can use these to help them at the long side. So there's no numbers on here, it's a bit harder. So that one's a bit easier for the kids who are just getting into it. But here it's a bit harder to find out what comes next. And so they work on filling these in. And then we've got them going, we've got they're the 2s. We've also got them going backwards as well. So there's forwards and backwards, and at the bottom you can put in a plus or a minus of which way you went up or down. And then there's also these ones where I've made it a little bit harder for them to count them, because as we know, kids get in their skip counting pattern and they go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, but they'll do it for everything they touch. So on this version there's 2 here, but that's not a 2. So you can't just go along with the pattern. You have to make sure that you're doing the strategy to help you count a quantity. So then the kids can practice 2, 4, 6. I've split them over here, so it's a bit harder. And then they have to go back and work out what to do with the odd ones. So you've got some of those ones too, and then a question at the bottom, how many crayons? I've got the 2s already done. I've got the 5s here too, so they can practice their 5s. Again, I've got some here where this one's got 5 and it goes to 5, but it's a different variation of the 5. Here I've got a 4 and you'd have to add the 1. So they're practicing what to do with those spares and not just counting full on all of it. Here you would count 5, 10, 15, 20. Oh, you'd have to check. See, you can see it's different. 25, 30, 35, 40. That's what kids often do. But because there's a visual here, they can see actually, no, it can't be 40 because I need 5 to make the 40. So that's what I've made with those, and I've just finally got the 10s in the pack that I'm finishing off today. Hopefully they'll be available for the VIP club members this week, and if you'd like to buy them, they'll be in my store too. So there you go.